I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching already. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the bros, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros. Welcome back to your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo killing on MMA Underground known as Buddy V with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got a phenomenal guest in the building. We have one of the newcomers of StreetBeefs West Coast, the one, the only Buzzkill.
Yeah. What's good, guys? What's good?
What up, man? How you feeling?
Good, I'm good, chilling. You know, just got off of work not that long ago, but you know, still starting to mellow out, the day.
I feel it.
perfect place. Tuesday, MMA Underground. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah, get to relax. Shoot. Well,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, I was a fan. I saw your fight on Halloween. Were you dressed up as El Chavo?
No, yeah, because they were like, we could wear costumes, and I was like, shoot, what am I gonna dress up as? And then I don't know, it just like it came into my head. I was like El Chavo del Ocho, and I ordered the costume, and it came in. I was like, it's my destiny. Yeah, it was it fit perfect.
That was the first fight I saw, and I was like, wait a minute, let me see some more of this guy.
That was a banger of a fight too, man. Do you want to touch on that fight?
Yeah. So that fight was with the Knight Rider, and so like I do boxing, right, for street beefs, but I've trained as a kickboxer for a long time, and that's what I wanted to do. But you know, you don't always get what you want. So I was cool with boxing, and in the second fight, they were like, "Hey, Smokey pulled out. Do you want to take the title shot?" I was like, "I'll take it." And this is like the night before, and so I'm going in. I was like, "Shoot, it is what it is." And I went in, fought. You know, Knight Rider, he beat me pretty handedly, but I felt like I held my own. I got a couple good shots in there, and I was like, it was a good little fight. You know, some nice to watch.
It was a great boxing match, man. Don't sell yourself short. It was great. I mean, there was moments where,
Yeah,
you know, shout out Knight Rider. That's my boy, man. And you know, I cornered him for that fight, and there was moments where I had to really push him because you was bringing the smoke, bruh. You are a really great boxer, man.
the left hook.
Yeah.
Man, the fight I was curious about
Yeah, no.
was, oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
I saw someone said Smoke. Go see said Smokey. That was your first fight, I think, right?
Yeah, that was my first fight ever, like for anything. So I was like, you know, I'm down.
So I was gonna ask because like you came out guns blazing, and I feel like there was one of those slip where in that first round you got rocked right away, but you readjusted.
Oh yeah.
And you came out, and your pressure was on the whole fight. Like you didn't let up, you didn't let that phase you. So I was kind of just gonna ask, you know, how that what your original game plan was to how you adjusted it after that.
I mean, so like before you fight, I think a lot of people have like, you know, an ego in the sense of like, oh, like I could fight, like I think I'll beat anybody up. So, you know, I kind of went into that with that mindset a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna go in there, throw what I got, you know, he's not gonna answer back. And then, you know, I go in, I land a nice 1-2. I land a 1-3, stepping back, and then from the back pocket, he just chucks it, hits me right on my chin. I'm like, ooh, my legs, they're gone. You know, things start getting blurry. And then Samka, you were actually reffing that fight. So I
Yeah.
remember you like just having to look up at you and like stare you directly in the eyes and be like, I'm good. And then 10 seconds later, this fool rocks me again because I was being done. Like, I tried throwing like a big old flurry, catches me over the top. I'm like rocked again. I was like, ooh, I should probably stay away from that, keep my hands up and see what happens. And then from there, kind of like habit and like instincts took over. So it was like slips down the outside and keep fainting.
Yeah, you definitely made your adjustments. I mean, Smokey is a big puncher, the overhands, the hooks, and that was your first fight. So I wasn't quite sure where your toughness was. You know what I mean? I think in hindsight, I might have let that 8 count slide, knowing you now and how you fight and what caliber you are. But in the moment, yeah, I saw, a quick a little buckle, you know what I mean? And I was like, hold on, let me jump
Oh
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
Yeah, and
felt like you go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, no, I should just say that that's kind of my buffer, like what I say.
No, I thought you made the adjustments, man, to even that fight, you know. It actually it could have went either way, but that was a hell of an entry, and then, Smokey being the fighter that he is, like you said, he was supposed to have that title shot. And then next thing you know, your very next match is a title shot. You know, did that affect you in any way? The fact that it was kind of short notice.
I think it kind of made me change my game plan because like I practiced my whole camp for it was, kickboxing. So kickboxing,
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, leg kick, 1, 2, 3. You had to kick after the punch. So a lot of my stances was very rooted in like kickboxing, wanting to have be light on my legs, and then so when I went in there, I was just like it was a little more like this is we got to go back to boxing, but it's fine. It is what it is, and then I think Knight Rider just prepared really, really well for it, and he was ready for boxing, and that's kind of like what took over. And I was, yeah, honestly, like all props to him for like being really, really like ready and all that. And I was like, ooh, it did change my mindset. I was like, I was kind of like I felt cold that day, like if
Mm.
I just wasn't 100% there. And like you normally when you fight, you feel anxious, right? Like you have anxiety, you have something to drive into like that want to fight. I was very like nonchalant. I was very monotone that day, and then it kind of like I felt like towards the end of that fight, I was struggling, man. I was like, ooh, you're good, you're good, you're here already. Just keep fighting, man. You got nowhere else to be except right here, so just keep at it.
What's up, the pillar? Hoo, 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 hoo. Um, so I was actually gonna say that King Khan, a quick question too before we get a little further along. He asked if you grew up fighting because you said you trained, kickboxing. We're talking about your boxing matches, but I'm curious too.
Uh, Not really. I mean, I did like like a recreation center karate for like a couple months when I was little, and then I broke my hand and couldn't do that. So I learned like a basic roundhouse, but then my mom was really overprotective, so I didn't get to do much. Like when it came to like physical sports. So I did music most of my life, and then when I was in high school, uh, I moved in with my dad, and he kind of let me go and do more physical stuff. So around I would say my the beginning of my junior year is when I really started getting into training, and that's when I actually physically like learned how to, punch, kick, and like I have the videos from then, and it's the funniest thing to look back on. I was like, what the hell am I doing, man?
Who were some of your
But yeah, it's been
inspirations
around.
coming up?
Ooh, like for me, I would say like when I really got into MMA fighting, all that stuff, it came like abruptly out of nowhere. It was literally like uh what was it? I think I was just going through Instagram, and then for some reason a video of when Nate and Connor fought the second time popped up,
Mm.
and I somehow went down a rabbit hole, and that kind of what happened for me. But then when I really like looked into it, I do more of like character based. Like I really like people who like have a great character, and then they can still perform really really well without having to like dig too deep into the darker side. So like for me,
Mm.
Stephen Thompson, Holloway, like those guys, like they really really like they give me a sense of being like a good happy go lucky person and still be able to do stuff like that. Like I don't have to be, dark and brooding all the time.
That's dope.
I like that answer. And how old are you right now?
I just turned 21 like a month ago. So
Nice.
yeah, just gotta yeah, just trying to just chill out a little bit. That this past month was pretty fun, but I was like, I gotta slow down. I like fighting, so let me focus on fighting.
Dang, Junior 21, I like it. That's some good progress. And even from the videos, from your first fight to now, I mean, I really like seeing how much you've grown because like your what was the Protestant was your most recent fight, I believe, correct?
Yeah, that was what, like 2, 3 weeks ago, almost.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That
that
was a
was that
good
was
fight.
fun too.
I like how you made up for the height difference because I felt like he was trying to keep you at bay a little bit. But you were able to kind of get in there, take your shots, pick your shots, and make them land. And I really felt like it was a good back and forth. Was he kind of like the tallest opponent you've ever had, or how did you kind of get past that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, so I remember watching literally like a reel, and it was I forgot who it was, but it was a boxer, and he says, they're punching below their hips. There's no power. They're not going to hurt you. They might, but they're more than likely not going to hurt you. So my option was okay. If he's going to punch me, go below his hips. So I just tried to stay under his hips a lot. So that's why I would like rock
Mhm.
kind of in down towards his hip and then in outwards because he would try to readjust with like a an uppercut or a straight. But when I'm here, I'm bouncing in like a V, so I'm not really like curving, and he's not following me. It's like I'm here, then I cut here, then I cut again back that way, and so it was just easy for me to stay there. The only thing is like when he would start using his distance on me, I'm like, I don't know how to get in. My arms were feeling tired from the weight difference because like when he had me on the cage, I could hit him, but the weight's now all on top of me. So I was like, ooh, my arms are getting tired towards that last round. But that's why I was just moving because then he wouldn't touch me when I was moving, and then I would throw a shot. But then like towards the end, like the weight very like it started weighing on me. I was like, ooh, it got kind of big. He's like 6 foot something, but ooh wee.
So he's that's one of my training partners, the Protestant as well. He's about 5'11". But yeah, the weight is what he had about 20 pounds, 25 pounds on you. So, you know, the beautiful part is you made up for it with the technical part, but eventually the power and the extra weight does weigh down on you. Um, but
Yeah,
man, the heart, the will, I mean, you had it on full display. I mean, if you really look at all your fights, they're all bangers. They're all tough, competitive, technical bouts. Um, will we be
yeah.
seeing maybe kickboxing from you in the future, or are we going to continue the boxing route?
I've been looking for kickboxing, dude. Like last fight was supposed to be kickboxing. Like I just want to do kickboxing, but I gotta be like healthy enough to do it. Because it does take a toll when you do fight. When you want to put on a show, it's gonna take a toll. But definitely, like I'm thinking of taking a break from boxing and trying to just focus on kickboxing, even MMA if I have to. I love it all, so it is what it is. Like I just want to throw hands. You know what I'm saying? Like hands, feet, knees, elbows, everything. You know, if it's a joint, I'm throwing it.
Well,
Yeah.
shit, man. I mean, you got one of the coldest teams in Street Beefs West Coast when it comes to hands, feet, elbows, knees. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yes, yeah. Let's say less. All right, let's get into Team Mortem, right?
Oof.
All right. So like you think this would be like some like Power Ranger stuff where where it's just like all kind of like fell into place. I started training at Extreme Couture about a while ago. I lived in the somewhat close to the area, so I would like travel down there and I would train as much as I could. And then I met Relentless there. I met him as a training partner, so I didn't ever knew him as Relentless
Shout
and
out
stuff. And they
Relentless, man.
introduced me into
That's
Street
my
Beefs.
old teammate.
So yeah, yeah, so like when they would talk to me about Street Beefs, I was like, this sounds like a awesome thing. And then I met Mortem and me and him kind of exchanged socials and then I saw him getting ready for his fights and I was like, yo, are you down to train or whatever? And then he was like, he wasn't too sure about it. And then eventually one day I went and trained with him. He's like, yeah, like keep coming. And then so we all kept training, and then everyone just started kind of like coming into place, and now the team's just like really, really like good, and like it's a
Yo,
great dynamic. We're great friends. What's up?
Hey,
we got Silent Badeli in the house, all the way from the OG yard.
You having a good night?
I'm good. I'm ready now.
Well, we're glad
Always
to
ready
have
to
you.
go. Good to be on. How's everybody been today?
Awesome.
Excellent.
Good, good,
It's a
good,
fun
We
good.
day.
were. Go ahead, buddy.
Also, today on MMA Underground, as promised for all of you later today, I have a bunch of stuff I'm ready to show you that was on the spring release, but you gotta wait. It's a
Oh
good day.
no.
Yeah, we were just getting into Buzzkill's fight team, Team Mortem, and he's
Okay.
talking about doing some kickboxing with us in the future.
That would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for new adventures.
Heck
Nice,
yeah.
nice. And speaking of which,
Yeah.
you took an adventure from the OG yard all the way to the West Coast to get a fight. You want
Yes,
to
and
talk about
actually,
that?
sure I will. Actually, the fight with in the street beef yards, West Coast 333 was my first fight. That's why y'all can't find no fights on me.
Okay.
So that was my first fight, and it was boxing. I haven't been boxing for about 6 months now. Um, my main game is MMA. Um, the adventure there was stressful but awesome. I met a lot of new people. A lot of people followed me. They were asking for autographs and everything just in case I come up. Um, and now that I came home and I've been on YouTube and stuff like that, it's been an amazing trip. Um, it was just amazing all the way around. Like I said, when I got there, I was at when I weighed in the day that I left, I was at 122. When I weighed in at the yard, I was 108.
Was it the heat? Was it lack of food? What was
No,
it, you
it
think?
was not a lack of food. It was stress because me and my trainer, we had two layovers, which were 16 hours. We had another
Mm,
layover that was a 12-hour layover. And then in between layovers and stuff like that, when stress happens, you just don't want to eat.
yeah.
So, and then I put myself on a strict diet before even fighting. Because when I started training, hardcore training, I was at 144
Mm,
when I started hardcore training. And then I just I went back into disciplining myself even more than what I was to get me back on point. So,
gotcha.
yeah, it was an amazing trip. I loved it out there. The heat didn't phase me. The heat's not a big deal for me because I am from Texas.
Oh,
So,
Gotcha,
dang. It
gotcha.
gets hot down there.
yeah,
It
so heat
does.
doesn't phase me. I just maintained by drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated. I also overhydrated two days prior to getting on the bus trip, just to maintain, the water in your body, to maintain nutrition. Make sure you didn't dehydrate on the bus. Make sure you didn't dehydrate during your trip. You know, that's a big thing to me, is because you got to know your atmosphere that you're going into. That's why I planned on going in. I planned on being there 3 days early. But because of all the layovers, bus drivers not wanting to drive no more, layovers, weather, this and that, I didn't make it that way. But it is what it is. Like my trainer did predict it. My trainer predicted it when we first started talking about it. We're going to have to go straight from the bus to the yard. And that's basically what happened.
Mm, that
We got into
sucks.
Nevada. We got into Nevada at 4:25 that morning. Got it. Went in. Come to find out, nobody in Las Vegas used tap, so I had to find an ATM that would accept my card to get a hotel room to pay cash for it. So that was another
Dang.
2 hours.
But man, that journey, the whole thing, put it all on the cage though. Woo!
I have to do what I do. I believe in, if I put my body through something and if I put my mind to it, whether it goes the way I planned on it or not, I'm just going to go do what I do.
I was actually going to ask you how did it feel to be a little bit of an inspiration, because my children were watching you and the Deku fight, and my daughter's like, when I get older, can I be strong like them? I was like, you can be strong like that now. And she just lit up and watched your fight, like sat down and watched it. It was like, wow, they're so strong. Like, I mean, how does it feel to, kind of do that for the younger girls?
It's amazing. And it's, and then it's like the YouTube has even blown up with it. Even everybody in my hometown didn't even know who I was. But now they know. And now there's all kind of women, there's all kind of kids, there's all kind of people inboxing me. There's all kinds of people here in Hopewell, where I live at. They're coming to me. Young kids, young little ones, 7, 8, 5, 4, wanting me to be their mentor, wanting me to train them. It's amazing. But I've got to remember me being that age. How did I get to where I was so I could follow that trail, but do things a little different? Because I believe in that standing. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Hey, right?
If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's cracked, mend it with what you know to make it stronger. But if it's not broken, don't fix it.
I feel it. You just got 2 questions in the chat. One asked, when would you be back to the West Coast? And then another question is, when are you fighting again?
I have a fight April 6th at the OG Yard.
Yeah.
Boxing match. And then May 25th, I'm going to be in the scrap yard.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to be in the scrap yard. I got an MMA match there and a boxing match.
Well, let's go then.
Let's go.
I'm trying to be at that month too, because my birthday is the 24th, so I'm trying to go out there for this. Oh, all right, so I might run into you. All right. I can't wait to watch you fight live.
So with that, Buzzkill, when can we see you next? Do you have your next fight plan scheduled?
Yeah, I'll be back for the April event at the Smoke Ranch.
Okay.
But you'll see Team Mortem this weekend, actually, right? Or next weekend at
Y'all
the
coming out
Hotbox.
to y'all coming out to AZ?
Yes, sir. We're gonna have a Mortem fight battle board. So
That's right. That's right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it,
Yeah,
man. I like it.
we're getting ready. We're getting them ready for that. So yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Awesome.
Y'all go see the kickboxing. Y'all go see the kickboxing.
That's what I'm wanting. See, that's something I haven't even dabbled in, but I want it in mind. Because that right there would do nothing but strengthen the knowledge that, that we build on. Like I keep telling the younger kids, and like I keep trying to tell everybody, and my trainer and my coach both have put it into my system. What your foundation is what it is. You just add on to your foundation by learning more and detailing and perfecting what you want to learn. You're just perfecting your base, your foundation. And then as you add to that, it's going to get stronger and more knowledge.
Absolutely. What's your training looking like, Buzzkill? What's the regimen? What's the typical training sesh looking like?
So luckily, like I have a bag. I got a big old that's long bags. So I have that all set up outside, and I got a little Airdyne. So when I get home, I try to at least do 30 minutes at least on the bag. But when it comes for camp, I mean, when the team meets up, we try to meet up as best as we can. Luckily, me and Mortem live right down the street from each other, so we meet up fairly often when we're in camp. And he puts a whooping on us and make sure we're ready for our fights and stuff. I mean, I think that's also a good that kind of translates to the fights on why we're so like, like come at me like sparring, the same thing. Like like it is what it is. But I ain't gonna die tonight. That's for sure.
That's right.
Right.
And what's your policy on? We ask almost every fighter. This is for both of you. What are you guys' policy on light, medium, heavy sparring?
Well, for Team Mortem, I mean, when it comes to the right around the weeks before, like 2 weeks, week of, we tone it down. But our sparring is fairly real, but we know how to keep each other safe and stuff like that. Like our body shots are gonna be pretty strong because you're gonna have to take a body shot every now and then. Somebody you can condition it. The headshots, we try to be careful. We use big gloves as always, but it depends on what we're working on. If it's hard, like we need to work this on like staying in the grit, staying in the fire. You can't do that when you're just playing patty cake. You got to be
Yep.
able to like be in there. But when you're in the technical parts of it, like knowing your distance right off of someone's head, like head right here, or like their arm goes right by your head, you got to know that distance. You can't with like you gotta memorize it, and then when it'll translate. So it's just it goes to where it's needed. If it's hard, it's
Listen,
hard. If it's medium sparring, then it's medium sparring.
for me, it's I don't have much sparring partners, but when I do spar, I spar pretty good. That's when I take the hits. That's when I see where I'm at and where I need to work at. Um, I train with mainly guys, but they don't want to go hardcore because we're a team and we're a camp. So it's a different training cycle for me. So I basically train on my own. I just train on my cardio, my punching, my legs. My cardio is in the morning. Um, I get up early. Um, Cardio, jump rope, and then I do punches, kicks, and then I do my push-ups, my sit-ups, and then I start my day whatever I got to get done that day. And if I got time during the day, I do my sit-ups, my push-ups, cardio, and then I make anything and everything a workout for me, a part of life. Training for me is every day a part of life. Um, like for me, if I'm cooking in the kitchen where I work at, and they order 20-piece nuggets, I take one nugget and I squat down and pick up that one nugget. So I'm getting my 20 squats in.
Hey, okay.
Nugget
So
squats.
yeah, so like when I'm up in the walk-in freezers and I'm putting the truck load away, I'm punching the boxes into position. No matter what they are, they're still getting in alignment. So I'm punching. So I make workout a way of life. And I'm still getting my workout in, whether I work 18 hours a day, 6 hours a day, 15 hours a day. It doesn't matter. I still work out.
Absolutely. You got to.
When me and the trainers and the coach gets together, then yeah, we go hardcore. They're on me. They're like, "Oh, you slacked here, so we're gonna crunch down on this. Hands up." The stuff where I don't see me. My guys come in and they'll be like, "Oh, let's get those hands up. Let's get those hands up." And that's what we've been working on mainly this whole time. When I run into them and when we get together, it's my hands up, because that was my biggest thing in that match. Was my hands up. It wasn't cardio at all. It was hands up.
Mm.
I had a favorite thing for each fighter. For you, I liked in round 3 when you were getting hit in the face and everything. Nope. No. I was like, she's a beast. Dog. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie.
See, here in our camp, we have a saying: we don't go to sleep. That means we don't lay down. We don't go to sleep. No matter how hard we get hit, if we get knocked down, we don't stay down. We get our butts back up quickly.
Okay.
Now, that's with boxing. Now, me, with MMA, I prefer being on the ground. That's my forte. So, but that's all I'm going to give on that for right now, because I'm not giving everything out.
Fair enough. Well, then, all right, we'll go to the question King Kyle asked for Buzzkill, if you plan to go pro.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. That's the plan one day. I mean,
Yes.
I wouldn't be delusional in my own mind about what I want to do. I mean, I wouldn't get punched in the face and all that if it wasn't, a dream I had. That's why I got it like tattooed on my arm. I don't know how to orient this, but like, you know, I got my little boxer right here, you know, like if it's
Yeah.
gonna be on my arm,
That's dope.
I got to, you know.
Hmm.
So I actually did an amateur kickboxing fight a couple months ago, thanks to free smoke. Like that's one thing like I love about Street Beefs is it's opened up so many doors. Like I met my new
Right.
tattoo artist. You know, I got you know the opportunity from free smoke to go take a kickboxing fight, and I went to go do that. It didn't turn out the best, but I got to do it. So I'm already living part of my dream as it is. So I mean, it's just up from here. You know, it's just up, and I'm just here for it.
It's awesome, brother. What was your favorite fight, man? Because you, like I said, you've had three bangers, and you know, all of them were very competitive.
I would say the one was Smokey, just for it being a first fight. You know, I come in kind of like, you know, who is this kid? And then, you know, I'm wearing the girdle, the Venom gloves. You see that, and people are like, all right, you know, something's about this kid's, you know, he might get hurt right now, you know, because you know, sometimes people get egos and then they get all the gear ready, and then the actual everything isn't ready in itself. So I
Yeah,
go in there, he rocks me. I'm like, all right, that first round, that was a bit iffy. So I'm sitting there, Relentless is telling me, like, bro, it's easy, just let it go, let the hands go, you'll touch him,
yep,
be smart. That's what I tried doing. And then I had really good head movement in that fight that I liked a couple times. Like he towards literally in the last second of the fight, I threw a jab because I knew he was coming forward. I threw a jab. I take a step back into southpaw as he's throwing the jab, and I just turn my cheek, and it goes right by my cheek. It didn't even touch me, and I knew it wasn't going to touch me. And that's like I think that's why I like it because I knew a lot of that like he was throwing. I was like it was very much like you don't know it, but like I'm very confident in this, and for it to be my first fight and feel that much confidence was really really like I wanted to keep going. I'm not gonna lie. I was like I need two more rounds. I need two more rounds, man.
Right. Yes. That's how I felt after mine too, because it's been like 18 years since I've seen a ring.
Dang. So you were
Yeah.
itching to get in there. You're like, yeah, give it to me.
Yeah. And you know, but I've been going to the OG yard for like 9 months and no females show up.
mm,
Yeah.
You know, that's what really got to me. And then when I heard when Tiny Tank got online and said, "Are you available to come?" and I was like, "I sure am." I don't hesitate because I'm gonna go where the fights are. There's none down here, so guess what? I'll pay to go until my sponsors come in. And that's something else I've been working on this last couple of weeks. The sponsors.
nice.
I've
What
got
kind of
Denny's
sponsor did
already.
you get?
I got Denny's, which I work for the company I work for. Um, I've got Rip It looking into it, Sidekick looking into it, Red Bull looking into it, um, and Everlast.
Okay, that's pretty dope. The Everlast. I mean, we all know it. Everlast. That's huge. I wanted to ask you, you know, specifically about the fight. You know, that was for the West Coast. We hadn't had a female fight in a while, and it was pretty hype to see. You know, and I got to ref that fight, and it was amazing to see up close. Talk to us about that because there was some back and forth. There was momentum being shifted. You know, yeah. Let's get your experience on that.
My experience was just I feed off of energy. What you give me, I'm gonna give it back to you. I feed off of, you know, like if you want it, you'll come get it. But if you're gonna barely tap me, then guess what? You're gonna get hurt. But I'm not out to hurt people. I'm out to just show what I'm about because that's not what I was out there to do. I'm not out to hurt people. I'm out to just one let off my steam. So basically, I use street beef as a way of stress reliever from my everyday life.
Hey, all right.
You know, I can go out in the real world and get into a fight, but I catch charges. Charges mean that means more money, more courts. So it's a stress reliever for me. Um, the fight itself was great. like I said, I haven't been in a cage or a ring or a mat in like 18, 19, 20 years. So it was me just refilling where just to get the the urge back up, get it to where I want it to be. So, like I said, that's my first match in a long time.
Did the sand affect you at all? Because it's a different type of ring.
No, as a child, I was trained in sand, water. I was trained in different atmospheres. I was trained in different elements. And so I just fell back, like I said, your foundation where you first train. Once you get that foundation, it will come back to you because it's nothing but muscle memory. It's memories that are going to come back, and once you open that door, it's going to come back. You just got to reopen the door, and you got to put yourself into that situation. Are you ready to reopen the door? So you just got to be mentally prepared. It's more mental than physical for me.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
You got to know where you're at to fight.
Oh yeah. I was actually gonna ask Buzzkill because I was when Zomcast asked about the sand. That was a question I was gonna see if you enjoyed fighting in the sand as well. Because I love that Street Beefs has the different arenas. I always picture like a video game. Every single location has different cages. It's like
Yep.
Yes, yeah. It's a little different. It's not too much of a worry for me because when I am boxing, I have my shoes on. So I did have a couple times where I felt like my foot slipped, but honestly, it is what it is. I mean, if it's there, that's where I'm fighting. Like that's my playground for right now. So it is what it is. I gotta adapt to it. For kicking, it's you gotta work around it, but I think that's also a good challenge. It's like you're not just fighting the other person. You gotta fight like everything that's going on. You're like, all right, I can't kick because if I pivot, I'm gonna slip on the sand. So now you gotta know I can't pivot a certain way. So now it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's a really good challenge. It makes you really like think about like all the aspects of it. Because when you get into a normal ring, it has that matte finish to it where it's like it has some grit. You're like, all right, I could throw something, but it's I don't know, I like it. I like it. I think it's a nice theme to it.
That means you gotta readjust. No matter where you
yeah,
trained at, you just gotta adjust for your fight.
yeah. So, Silent but Deadly, I felt like in your fight, the momentum was starting to sway a little bit towards the end, towards you. But ultimately, it seemed like the jab is what won the fight, and Deku, she kept throwing the jab over and over.
Yeah.
Would you do anything different? Had you taken that fight again, would you do anything different? And what would you do?
I would do some things different. Like I said, keep my hands up. My hands up was my biggest thing. And shooting from the pocket was a big thing for me too. I wasn't shooting like I normally would shoot from the pocket. Because again, it was the sand. It was the foundation. I didn't adjust quick enough. And I'm not going to say, and that's not an excuse. It was just me not adjusting like I should have. It was just readjusting and refiring. That's all. My adjusting and my refiring wasn't where I expected it to be. So that was more on me than anything. You got to be prepared for all things. And I just wasn't prepared for it because, one, going straight from the bus to the ring, it's not sleeping comfortably, not getting, the stretching in that I wanted to, not being prepared for it the way I wanted it to be. But again, like I've been saying, I said I was going to be there. I said I was going to get in the cage, and that's what I did. No matter what the situation came out to be, I still would have went in.
Dang.
So I definitely like that. I was gonna switch topics because I'm very, very curious about this. So we brought up last show, but have you guys heard about Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul?
Yes.
I want to hear you guys' thoughts
Yeah.
on that. I'm very curious because I've been everywhere I go. Even people that aren't into fighting have been asking me, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Okay. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like this is like watching your drunk cousin trying to fight another drunk uncle. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's technique to it. But you're gonna be sitting there like this ain't gonna end well. You're just like, like no matter what, you're gonna watch it and just be like, oof, that wasn't fun to watch. Like you're gonna turn the TV off afterwards and just like nah. But I think it's a nice spectacle. They're gonna get a lot of money from it. That's for sure. Tell
Yeah.
me to fight Mike Tyson. I mean, I'll fight Mike Tyson. No, I
No,
won't.
no. My intake on that is Mike Tyson has the structure, discipline. He's the oldest one, but I'm not gonna let the age fool him. He still got it. Again, his foundation in the ground he came from. He's just getting it built back up, if not adding to it. So Jake Paul needs to watch out.
Oh yeah. I will say he has like people always say blah blah blah. I know he has access to all these trainers, but the one real boxer, Tommy Fury, he fought, he lost, and I mean Tyson's the best of the best. So I'm like, ooh, I want to see a knockout. I don't care if I get like 20 people to come. All right, everybody, $5 in, we're getting it. We're all gonna watch.
Well, see, I'm gonna again. Tyson is mine. Jake Paul to me just doesn't have. He has experience, but not as much experience as Tyson has. Is Jake Paul going to fold under the pressure with everybody there? Is Jake Paul going to change his way of thinking in the middle of a match? Is he not going to be able to adjust fire? Is he not going to adapt? It's different. You step in the ring with someone different every time, it's going to be different.
Bringing smoke. The answer is
I feel
no.
like
No. Can we bring up Bringing Smoke's question real quick? No, bruh. So some people believe it, but no.
Man, the hype is real though. Seriously, like at the grocery stores, like I'm hearing like people that I've never even heard or think like I see on a regular basis talk about just like nothing other than just like one sided things, and they're sitting here talking about the fight, and I'm like, man, people are really gonna watch this. So I'm curious how much money it's really gonna bring, because I know some of those other fights, I mean, they've brought in some serious money.
That's all it's about, brother. It's about the money, and it's about the future of sports being put on Netflix. You know, live sports being on Netflix. It's a business deal.
Right.
That's all it is. You
Yeah.
know, and if you see a knockout, it's been written. It's been, you know, it's in the contract. It's not, you know, yeah. Like Buzzkill said, it's gonna be a spectacle, you know, and people are gonna watch. You know, it's one of those things that's polarizing. So even if you hate the idea, you're still gonna tune in to shit on it. So
Yeah, just to see what it,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I have all the I'm gonna be checking the world news all the time that day, making sure all right, what's going on? What am I missing? What are they distracting me from?
Yeah, no.
No,
I hope these fights.
It's gonna be crazy is all the Instagram captions afterwards.
Mike's got it. Mike's got it more together than what he's led everyone to believe, right? So I get.
Don't underestimate him.
I get what you're saying, Ryan, but I think what people don't realize is people don't give Mike credit for being a salesman. Mike is a salesman. He knows how to market in his own special way, and outside of Mayweather, he's the most marketable real boxer outside of Mayweather. So,
absolutely. I mean, he's what guys on edible.
His tattoo itself is iconic.
If he was a TikToker too, like Jake Paul, it would be all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not where he came from. He's staying where he came from. He's staying on the grounds that he believes in.
So. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I can dig it. I'm like, fight his ear off. Tyson, come on. You know, like Ryan said.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Let's get back on y'all though. Buzzkill. I wanted to ask you, man, because you did mention kickboxing being in the future. But I'm curious, bro. will we ever see you pursue maybe another run for the title in boxing? You know, that was a close match with Knight Rider. It was last minute. The conditions were a little shaky.
I would love to do it. Like I love fighting, you know, but
Mm.
you know, everybody wants to. Everyone wants the fight they want to fight, but I would love to do it again. Like as long as I get to get in there and fight, like try to get that back as best as I can, so where he's in his best and I'm in my best. Like that's awesome. I couldn't ask for more. But I definitely would want to try that one again. You know, I felt like I could have done a little bit more, moved my head a little bit different. I was kind of a little more complacent that fight, but I would definitely do that after maybe my next kickboxing fight, or if I really can't get anything whenever he's available. That would be fun to watch and
The
be a part
champ
of. Yeah,
returns in April, so you know.
true. I might have to do two that day. I have to do two. I'll do the boxing, and then if I'm okay, I'll take a kickboxing. But you
I would
know,
not.
if he's back in April. Nah, hell nah. If it's in April, I'm gonna get ready for that. That's for sure. I didn't think he was gonna come back for this one.
Yeah, he's scheduled to come back in April. He doesn't have he's not matched up with anyone, and you know, just throwing it out there, saying it doesn't guarantee you to be matched up, but you know, it puts it on people's mind. You know, the matchmakers. So I just you know, as a
Yeah,
fan, I think it'd be interesting to see. You know,
For the
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
people.
I would love to do that one again. I've trained with him like a little bit. Now he's a really cool person, so like I get
yeah.
along with that dude too. So I was just like, oh man, you're cool. So like it'll definitely be like something nice for everyone to watch. Like it'll be a show. I would definitely love that again.
Hey, the fans want to see it, Tank. I'm just saying.
Do it for the fans. um, I wanted to see what Gosi asked if either of you would do BKFC or Power Slap because you both are very ambitious fighters. You both obviously have a drive where you are willing to push yourself past whatever limits you have at the moment and make new and to break further and further. Is that something you would ever consider, or there's some parameters to where you're like, you'd rather keep it with gloves?
I will not do the slap, but I'll do the BFK.
All right.
I plan on
Shoot.
going.
I
I
mean,
will
yeah,
going pro.
Okay, go pro. Shoot.
that'd be a crazy fight. But
Uh,
yeah,
Pro MMA, pro
I would do
boxing.
both. I would do both.
MMA.
Uh, for I didn't even think about that. I totally forgot about bare knuckle MMA. That I would definitely love to do that because that's as
Mm.
close as you're gonna get to just a grueling fight. I was watching the JDS fight when he was in the on the Game Bread one, and you just see like when they connect, it's just like it's different. You know, it's that bone to flesh, and it's a different noise. You can't make that with a glove.
It's just,
It's ooh.
but that's when you go in that kind of fight. That's when you go back to that very first street fight you ever got into, dealing with a bully or dealing with someone,
Yep.
and you just got to remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know, something about it. I don't know, something raw. It's
Yes,
the only reason power slap's kind of a little too much for me. I don't know. I like to at least try to defend myself. I mean, what if the dude's got heavy hands? I know a lot of
Sub
Samoans
on.
that got hands bigger than my head.
I might
right.
just
So
accidentally react. They gonna slap me. I'm gonna hurt. Don't be like, I was like, my fault, my fault.
I'm not gonna stand there and let someone slap
uh,
me. No,
Straight CTE. We ain't having it.
no.
Mm-mm.
I will. You, yeah. You will get a Celtic or something.
So I wanted to ask both of you, how did we get our fight names? Both of you have unique fight names. Let's hear the story.
Silent but Deadly came to
so
me.
I'm
Uh,
5'5". Oh no, you good.
you, you can go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. You can go.
Yeah, mine came in a dream actually. I don't try to talk about or show what I know until the time comes. So I'm going to be silent, but you never know. So silent but deadly.
All right, I like that. What you Buzzkill?
Nah, yeah. Imagine hearing that like on a big old loudspeaker. That'd be pretty dope. I'd be like, oof, oof. But yeah, for me, well, I'm 5'6", so I'm not tall. You know, I gotta look up to people. So
Yes.
I already knew I was gonna fight small. Always be a small person. So Buzz is more for like a fly stuff, like a flyweight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mhm.
Kill is just, try to throw
Buzzkill.
some
Yeah,
hands.
definitely.
But yeah. So yeah, I just ended up going with Buzzkill, and then it correlates too, because if they're thinking they're gonna have fun, I'm gonna try to make my best to make sure they don't. So we'll see what happens.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's kind of why I like that name.
Nice.
Now, here comes the point of the show where I have to be the bearer of bad news because it's getting close to the time for the show, and I want to see if Famke, if you had any last questions or if you guys had anything you want to get off your mind, let people know.
Nah, man. I think we ran through all the questions, man. Another fire conversation as always.
So I mean,
There
we got to
is.
get you guys.
Yep. Hey, free smoke. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love in the chat. Okay. Thank you.
I wanted everybody to also know during the fight. I was stupid. I didn't bring my glasses, so I had my contacts in. I lost both contacts in the second round. So the second and third in the beginning of the second round. So second and the third round, I was fighting blind.
Jeez. More power to you for
Yeah.
that. Dang, I
I
couldn't
remember I
do
lost
that.
my contacts after.
But it is what it is. I enjoyed this. I hope we can all do it again.
Absolutely. Do you have any social
Awesome.
medias?
Same here. Same here.
I do not. I try to stay away from it due to I have a granddaughter. I'm trying to raise her that social media is everything. I want her, if she is on social media, I want it to be positive. I don't want it to be negative.
I like that. Absolutely.
So yeah, we have
Yeah.
Facebook,
Let me.
she has TikTok and Snapchat, but I watch what happens.
Got to.
And
Buzzkill?
Buzzkill.
Yeah. So I got my Instagram. It's I think it's Buzzkill underscore Angel underscore. And that's where I post all my clips or my training stuff. Most of my It's kind of the main thing I use, and then that's about it. I might start a YouTube soon, just kind of more of a personal thing, and then maybe turn it into a vlog type fighting stuff. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, well, we appreciate y'all. It was a great time, and you guys have a great night.
Y'all have a safe night and be blessed.
You guys too.
Always. You as well. Thank you. Now, before we go, you guys have to see a little something because Zuel had released today the new line, Hard Work, Grit, Determination. These are one of the new spring lines. The reason why this is a black shirt with the yellow is because you have to be in the darkness, and these are some of the 3 things that'll bring light, and that'll shine the light on you and help you become better. No matter what you can accomplish through hard work, grit, and determination, you can make it yours. Yeah, there we go. So you can see
Fire.
as we yeah, all the orange, I have many other colors. They're all hand drawn, handmade. So they slightly vary, but yes, I do all of those by hand. So you get a special extra touch with that. And then as well with the pattern is in honor of Tezcatli Polka. That's why I made sure the pattern. I'm only gonna make 30 of them. Once I hit 30, I'm done. You won't get them again. So if you want to get them while you're hot. And then I have 2 codes. You can use Y and B. Y and B, and you can get 15% off your whole order. Or you could just do spring 24 and you can get a house shirt for $15. So, whichever one you want. Yeah. But let's
Dope.
keep going real quick. Oh, wait, no, I already showed you. So that's the case. We're going to be right back. Give us 2 seconds.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Now, I always start off with the scrap yard. Over here, I got ice water. Oh my goodness. I watched this fight. Man, this guy's got heavy hands. And I just felt like he was more like kind of like how that street fight, but he was skilled. So I wonder how many he's been in because you could just see with the way he fought, he had this style to him. And when he threw, you could hear the thumps. And he definitely I want to see him get matched up with someone like that to give him a run for his money because holy shit, this guy is. I want to see more of him. Please, please, please. Second, we got Street Beefs West Coast. And then actually, I had to put Buzzkill because after watching his fights again, come on, he's our guest of the night. You need to go check him out. He's one of the newest fighters, or not super new, but he's out here. He's killing it. He's paving his way, and he's with Team Mortem. They're straight killers. So you have to keep your eyes on them. Third, OG Yard, silent but deadly, especially because there's so many female fighters. And like I said, when my children were watching and my daughter is like, wow, can I be strong like her? It goes to show like just what you have to do to get in this cage, all these things, it's worth it. You don't know who's watching, you don't know who you're going to inspire. And honestly, we need some more female fighters in all the yards because they truly are an inspiration. It shows that not just guys can get out there and fight. And those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Some great picks, man. Great picks, as always.
Almost like they were
Fire picks. Let's get that. Yeah, Somcan the Fire 5. Let's go. We're going to start things off, as always, at Street Beefs OG Yard. We have a great, great boxing match right here. This is Zandex versus Afro Samurai. Again, this was a boxing match. It was very technical. We got the long fighter controlling the range, using the jab. Great heart and conditioning from the other fighter. We saw a lot of great shot placements. But I will say confidence is key. Confidence is key in any fight. Great use of great show display of sportsmanship between these two, and just an overall great fight. Street Beefs OG Yard, Zandex versus Afro Samurai. Let's move on. We go into Street Beef Scrap Yard. Let's go. If you're trying to look this fight up, you see the title right there. This fight is between Chango and El Baril. This is a solid matchup right here. Back and forth momentum between these two. Heavy shots from heavyweights. What more can you ask for, Technical boxing, both these men showcasing a lot of heart. Both these guys having cardio. Oh, yeah. Both these guys having cardio all 3 rounds. Action all 3 rounds. And this was a close fight. So you guys go ahead and comment who you thought won. Street Beef Scrapyard, Chango versus El Baril, firefight. Yeah, you see it. Street Beef's West Coast. Mimo Silva versus the Showman. Man, the Showman is making a name, and he did not disappoint in this fight. Mimo Silva, one of those names out the West Coast. You see his name, you're watching this fight. We saw some heavy strikes in this fight, but ultimately, this was about the takedowns. This was about superb ground control. And this was about wrestling, all on full display. Monster heart shown. Firefight. Street Beefs West Coast. Mimo Silva versus the Showman. Yeah. You see it. This is a hidden gem right here. This right here is Street Beefs Anarchy. This is what Street Beefs Dirty South was before it became branded as Street Beefs Dirty South. Street Beefs Anarchy, this is a fight between Dennis the Menace versus Texas. This was a phenomenal fight right here. MMA, both these men very scrappy. And these guys didn't waste no time. They went straight to it as soon as the bell rung. Straight to the ground, and we saw a struggle between these two. We got a little bit of a mishap halfway through the fight, and that leads to a shocking KO finish. Street Beefs Anarchy, Dennis the Menace versus Texas, fire fight. And last but not least, I'm giving you guys another hidden gem, yet another branch of Street Beefs most people don't know about. Pound for Pound briefly was a Street Beefs branch. This fight is between Knuckles and MRJ Boxing. Once again, another superior boxing masterclass. These guys, I mean, they showcase slips, counters, combinations, inside fighting, everything you want to see in a fire fight. We even got the power shots. We got the taunts. Again, everything you want to see in a fire fight. Street Beefs, Pound for Pound, Knuckles versus MRJ Boxing, Samke and the Fire 5.
Ooh, straight fire, man. And I really like what you did there with the different branches, all the different older ones. I was like, hey, all right.
Yeah, man. Like I said, hidden gems, man. Most people don't even know about those branches, you know. I know Pound for Pound came out before Scrapyard. And then Anarchy was, Anarchy was what Dirty South is now. So, yeah, man, there's a bunch of fights to go out there and watch, but these are some fire.
I can't wait to watch them all over again.
Yeah.
But you know, you guys, we've been having a fun time so far. You gotta let me know if you're here what you thought about the clothes real quick. Oh, heck yeah, check it out. So what did
Fire.
you say, Samke?
Straight fire.
Straight
You know
fire.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like the switch up of the logo and the fact that it's hand drawn. You know what I mean? Like you said, you have you almost have a one of one piece almost every time. You know what I mean? So for the people who are knowledgeable in that, you have something unique.
Exactly. And you know, it always have fun to support. Why not, right? You know, support somebody, not some big corporation.
Yep.
Get
And that's what this is
congratulations.
all about: community and support. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So what do you say, though, man? Is it about that time?
Unfortunately, bro, it is, man. So let's go ahead and end the show. I want to give a shout out to our guests, Buzzkill. I appreciate you, bro. Silent Videli, much appreciated. For the people watching, go out and watch these guys' fights and this lady's fight. Silent Videli versus Deku. That was a great boxing match. And then Buzzkill, he's got plenty of fights, all bangers. I want to thank the people in the comment section, people watching us live, people watching us on replay. We appreciate you. We do this for you. Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We appreciate you. We do this for you. Buddy V, thank you, bro. Every week we kill it. Jay, always killing it in the background. I appreciate you, bro. If y'all trying to catch me, I'm on here same time, same place every week. And shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to Hard in the Fight. And yeah, that's about it for me, man.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Zuel. The new logo. You know, you're about to start seeing those on a couple sweatshirts or windbreakers. I can't tell you when. You can go to the website, ZoelHyperWorld.com. All the merch just dropped this morning. I made a point to make it happen. You're on the show. And like I said, you can get the Y and B for the code discount, 15% off whatever you order. Not to mention, if you use Spring 24, you can get a house t-shirt for $15. Go support, and if I see you and, in the comment or whatever special notes you put your fighter name, you might just happen to have one or two extra things in there as a show of support because you're watching the show. Come on. Well, Zwell_Bloody V is my Instagram. That's one cool thing you can see. I've been back up on it, putting lots of fun stories, getting more posts ready. You're gonna see some commercials come out soon, and I'm ready. Like I said, this spring I'm gonna be dropping some every other day. I already have what I'm going, so I'm excited. And thank you all for tuning in. Tuesday is my favorite part of the week. I enjoy MMA Underground, Samke, Jay. I mean, it's so awesome. And I guess the way we always end it, in your famous words, Jay, one world, one love, deuces.